Hey guys, so I am back. Alright, I had to kind of fix the camera angle. But hey guys, I am back. And I just want to say I finished Shatter Me. I finished Shatter Me. And I'm not destroyed. Okay. I'm not destroyed. It was a very beautiful ending. There were tears. Okay, I will say this. There were tears. I did cry a little bit. I did have to sit there and take a moment in some scenes to be like, what? Wait a minute. I don't understand. But it was very good. The chapters are good lengths, in my opinion, meaning like some chapters are shorter than others, some are a bit longer. But I was able to sit here and literally devour this book. Okay. I was able to devour this book. I wanted to kind of stretch it because it was very good and it was very well written. And I do not know why it took me this long to sit here and get this book, okay? So to speak. So I got this book, I believe, on my birthday in January. I got this book in January, I believe. So yeah, I got it because I did remember hearing somebody talk about it, and I was like, okay, it seems like it's a pretty good book. So yeah, and I have been and I was going through some of the books that I did buy on my birthday. I was reading those books, and then I was reading some books, obviously, on my Kindle app, and I was sitting there just kind of also at the same time taking a break, schoolwork and all of that jazz. But yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 read for me. Okay, this is my opinion. This is a 10 out of 10 read. So yeah, how I like to do. So I do have the whole entire Shatter Me series, including book 1 in her new series, Shatter Me, the New Republic series. Okay, I do have that. Now, see how I like to read my books that are part of a series. From what I have decided what I've learned earlier on from the other series of books that I had, aka the Zodiac Academy and the ACOTAR series. I am going to take a break in between reading the books in the series, meaning that I just finished book 1, so I'm not immediately jumping into the novella, which is Destroy Me, which is I'm not going to jump into that one immediately and then jump into book 2 immediately. No, I'm going to take a break, okay? I'm going to try my best to follow the reading order for books that to follow my reading order for my books and everything like that. So, yeah. Okay. This is a 10 out of 10, okay? I do love the transformation and the growth that Juliet ended up having from chapter 1 all the way to the end of the book. I love her transformation. I love the growth that she has had, okay? I love the growth that she has had. I love it. I love it. Because she grew so much in one book. She grew so much in the first book, okay? In my opinion, because in the way how I see it in a bunch of series, we get the character, we get the main characters, female, male, and they could have some stuff going on with them. They could have like their own troubles and obstacles and things that they are going through in life, and those don't get resolved. Like, you don't see their growth that much in the first book. It isn't until you're probably like 2 or 3 books into a series of where like you're seeing the growth. Like, you're seeing growth happening and everything, but you're seeing her like you're seeing them revert back in like the first book to how they started out. And Juliet was a character that just grew. She started to grow and she kept growing and everything. She didn't very much go back to who she was like that when we first are introduced to her in the first chapter and everything. And that is exactly what I love about her, okay? I'm loving the intensifications between her and Adam, because they're having some very much intense make out scenes and everything. And you would be thinking that, oh, they're about to, get very, very intimate with each other. But they're constantly interrupted, and I love that. I love that because it's showing not only her growth but the growth in their relationship. Saying, basically giving us teasing ultimately what we know will most likely happen in the upcoming books between these two characters and everything. So yeah, yeah. um Very good read for me. I love the bit of romance that I'm seeing between Adam and Juliet and everything. I'm loving the story and the building that is going on in the world and with some of the other characters. A noticeable character is Warren for me. Warren, he is crazy. He is crazy. He is unhinged. He is unhinged and crazy. Okay, unhinged and crazy, and I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, I do not know how I feel about that. All right. So, with that being said, Shatter Me, 10 out of 10 read for me for the year. Okay. Now, on to the books that I am planning on reading next. Okay. So, book 1 of Fate, Ink and Blood. I do have book 2. I did buy that last week. So I do have book 2. I started out reading the first chapter, and it was very good. It was really good. I started out reading this last year, and it was really good. And I was like, wait a minute, pause. I feel like this book is going to leave off on a cliffhanger, and I jumped to the last part in it, and from what I could gather, it was a cliffhanger. So I was like, you know what? Let me put this book down. Let me see if the author is coming out with a book 2 and when. And luckily, I was able to see she did come out with book 2 this year, so I was happy. I grabbed it when I went to Barnes & Noble last week and everything. So I can't wait to pick this book back up and obviously, start back from chapter 1 and read it all the way through. This book had and read it all the way through. This book has. This book has 36 chapters. 36 chapters. It's a skinny mini. And this one was skinny. This one was a skinny mini as well, but it had 50 chapters. So, yeah. So, can't wait to jump in that. Next is The Blood of Hercules. Okay. What made me get this book was that I was scrolling through TikTok and somebody mentioned a line saying, of where a female character in here was a male started talking and I stopped listening. I said this, I believe, in the last video as well, but I can't wait to figure out what happened. Okay, what happened? All right, so we have 2 supernatural books. Okay, 2 supernatural books. And then the next one, I feel like a lot of people will probably be in my comment section and will be like, yes, you need to read that one first. This needs to be the next book that you read. Guys, let me read at my own pace, but it's okay. I have not decided which book I'm going to start out with, so yeah. And that is Lights Out. I got the special edition. I think book 2 comes out next month or sometime a bit later in the year. I gotta see. I forgot when book 2 comes out, but I was like, I definitely wanted to have this book read before book 2 comes out. So I might read it next. I might actually read this one next. I don't know. I might read it next so that when book 2 comes out, after I done got through all of my other books, I can pick that book up and instantly read it. Okay? But yes, Lights Out. Okay, I was hearing so many good things. I actually follow the author on TikTok, and I think I follow her on my Instagram. I don't know. I gotta see. But yes, so I can't wait to jump in. Now, my local Barnes & Noble is sold out of the special edition of the second book, but I do know with some waiting that the second book special edition will be back in stock. Okay, so yeah, I can't wait to open this up. The next book in the next book that I'm going to pick up is something that isn't a new buy, but I bought it like a while back on the TikTok shop, and that is the Skeletons. Yeah, Skeletons of Society. Book 1. I got book 2. I gotta buy book 3. I most definitely follow the author of this book on TikTok. I do know she came out with a sports romance book as well, so I can't wait to pick that up. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if she came out with that, and that went in book 3 to this series and everything. So the next book, Wildlife. So I do got the special edition, obviously. And I read Icebreaker. It was very good. I would say it was a bit predictable in a way, but it was still good. So yeah, I can't wait to read this one. And then I'm definitely going to get book 3 in the series, which is also a special edition, which will be Daydream, I believe. But yeah. Then we're going on to a newer buy that I bought last week, which is Love in Other Words. Okay, this is new. Okay, so yeah, I can't wait to pop this bad boy open, read it, and give you guys a review on it. Then we will have Filthy Rich Fae. I love good Fae. Fae romance book, but yeah, this is another read. I believe there is going to be, like book 2 is coming out at some point for this series. I don't know. I gotta see, guys. I don't really keep up. I try my best to keep up with a lot of books that are going to be series and everything like that. I try to keep up. And then last but not least, Never Keep. Yes, we are going back into the world of the Zodiac. Yeah. Book 2 is being released next month. Book 2 is being released next month. So, yeah. I think that what I would probably do is that I will most likely definitely be reading Lights Out, because this is like a highly anticipated read for me. And then I think I will read Love in Other Words, and then jump into this, and then read A Fate Inked in Blood, followed by Blood of Hercules, and then Wildlife and Skeletons of Society, ending it with Filthy Rich Fae. The reading order is not set in stone, but I'm most definitely going to read this one next. But other than that, reading order is not set. Just know that these are the books. These are my next reads. These are my most definite next reads. I'm trying to get my TBR list shortened so that when I get new books, or by the end of the year, I have read all the books that I have had in the past, and some of the books that I am buying this year. Okay, it's a lot. I think it's going to take me some time to get through all of these books, but hey, it is what it is. But anyway, guys, have a great rest of your day, good evening, and everything, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. Bye.